Hello, NBA Twitter Sharks. I have a proposal for you guys for a new player agenda. Franz Wagner. We think that there's real all-star upside here with maybe even a hint of all-NBA upside if things really pan out. This Franz Wagner, can he play off-ball as well as on-ball? Yeah, he's a good cutter, a good connective playmaker. He can do those things. Is he a playmaker that we can rely on? Yeah, can even playmake out of the pick and roll as a ball handler, something that he's gotten really good at. Good defense, yes or no? He's long, he's athletic. Defensive metrics love him. They grade him out as one of the best defenders in the league. So what's the price we're looking at? We're looking at $220 million over 5 years. That actually sounds pretty fair for a player like that in today's league, if we're just being honest. Like, this all sounds great, but there's got to be a catch involved here somewhere. His three balls, it's been a little inconsistent. Hey.
That's
how
bad
bad
are
are
we
we
talking
talking
here at all?
He shot 23% from three in the last half of the season last year. High volume? Yeah, it was pretty high.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm out.
No, that's good.
Wait, guys, his shot has gotten better. It just looks like it was a shooting slump. That's all it was. Look, kid, I have a responsibility to my NBA Twitter shareholders that their agendas are thriving as much as possible. What do you expect me to say to them when they look at the box score and they see 18% from three? Huh? Tell them to watch the games or something? I mean, I don't know. Watch the games. We don't watch. There's no watching. Watch the game.
Oh, my God.
It might finally be happening, and I pray. I'm on my hands and knees, and I pray that you did not sell any Franz Wagner stock over the back half of last season, over the summer, when there was a lot of talk and conversation about whether this three-point shooting slump that he was on was something that was going to last heading into the season, and whether that was something that was going to hinder him from being a great player, whether or not his 5-year, $220 million contract extension was too high, and that the Magic overpaid, and that sticker shock was just unbelievable. I pray that you did not sell your stock, folks, because we are eating so good right now. Franz Wagner was just named Eastern Conference Player of the Week a couple of days ago. Well deserving. And I was just thinking about something when I was watching some Franz tape. If you dropped me into the start of the NBA season and I knew nothing about these players, I had no preconceived notions about anybody in the league, and I was just going based off of what I've seen in the first month or so of the season, I would think Franz Wagner would have a really good case to be a top 10 player in the NBA. Like, that is the level in which he is playing at to start the season. And it's great to see, especially considering the Magic looked like they were done for when Paolo Banchero initially got injured. Losing 5 straight games, 4 of them without Paolo. Their offense looked completely lost, but now they've rattled off 6 straight wins and find themselves at 9-6 as a 3 seed in the Eastern Conference. Yes, the Eastern Conference is that much of a joke, ladies and gentlemen, that a 9-6 team is currently the 3rd seed. That's how much of a joke the conference is, but it remains true. Over that 6-game win streak, Franz is averaging 29 points per game on 47% from the field. The best news of all, 37% from three on 7.5 attempts per game, 6 rebounds, 6.5 assists to go along with 1.5 steals. The more you watch Franz Wagner play, the more hilarious it becomes that there was actually people who spent the entire summer saying that contract extension was a huge, massive overpay. I mean, these are the type of players you overpay for in today's NBA. A 6'10" do-it-all forward who can score off the bounce, who can attack, who can play make, who can defend at an incredibly high level. What more are you possibly wanting? In Orlando's most recent win against the Suns in Phoenix, Franz finished with 32 points and 8 assists. This was a great game that I think really kind of summarizes what Franz Wagner is able to do as a player, and also like some of the leaps that he has made as a player since he came into the league. Franz only had 2 field goal attempts in the first quarter of this game because the Suns were sending so many double teams his way, and his playmaking out of these double teams really is impressive. It's impressive how comfortable he is. You see Franz sees 2 guys 30 plus feet from the basket. And it's a basic pass to Kentavious Caldwell-Pope right there. But you see how this opens up the offense for the Orlando Magic. An offense that's been struggling. Defense and rotation. Tristan da Silva, nice drive, nice drop-off for Goga Batadze, who's also been incredible so far this season. But you see how the attention that Franz Wagner draws and just his passing, something that he's able to do since he's 6'10", passing over and out of double teams, how that creates stuff for this Orlando Magic offense. Tristan da Silva is going to slip this screen right here, but Mason Plumlee plays high anyways. 2 on the ball for Franz Wagner. Good pass to Tristan da Silva. And a nice cut, again, by Koga. Goga's a very smart basketball player who is very underappreciated. And another nice drop-off by Tristan da Silva. Anthony Black going to slip this screen right here. Boom, 2 on the ball for Franz Wagner. Devin Booker, Tyus Jones, 2 little shorties. Franz Wagner can easily pass out of this. Probably had Anthony Black in the middle of the floor, but saw Royce O'Neal cheating towards that. So kicks to the corner to Tristan da Silva. Little rip and go. KCP drive. And look who that is again. Goga Batadze! Osa Ighodaro is going to hedge this ball screen right here, and Ryan Dunn's going to have to come up and tag Goga. And the moment Franz Wagner reads that, it's a kick to the corner. Jalen Suggs, deep corner three. That's just good manipulation right there by Franz Wagner. The Orlando Magic offensively number-wise, they're not a great team, but they run some interesting action and sets, and they have a good-looking offense. It's just a matter of making shots and being efficient. That's usually their problem. And I like some of the adjustments Jamal Mosley made in this game with Franz seeing two. How do we alleviate some of that pressure? Having him start off ball, having him run some off-ball action. Right here, he's going to screen the screener, little stack action. Going to pop out for three. Okogie fought over the Goga screen. A little miscommunication between him and Devin Booker. And Okogie can't get out in time. And Franz Wagner, he shoots threes now and makes them. And it's shots like these that are going to be so important for Franz Wagner this season. You see Goga's going to change the angle of the screen. Ryan Dunn goes under. Oso is dropping. And I mean, just a deep drop. He's got to make these threes to make defenders pay. I mean, that is one of the most important things of this season for the Orlando Magic. And Franz Wagner's currently at 36% from three this season on nearly 6 attempts per game. He will gladly take that. The Orlando Magic will gladly take that. Remember, last season was such a struggle for him from three-point range, 28% from three on this season, and it was like 18% over the final couple of months. I mean, his three ball completely and totally abandoned him. And it's a big reason why a lot of people kind of sold off some Franz Wagner stock, because the reality is if he's going to be a 28% three-point shooter, that changes his ceiling dramatically. But this year so far, he's been more in line with his career averages. He was a 35% three-point shooter his rookie season, 36% his sophomore season. And obviously that's not like a tremendous number or anything like that. That's pretty much league average. But with everything else Franz Wagner gives you, I mean, that's just the icing on top of the cake. And it forces defenses to just keep that shot in the back of their mind whenever they are on deep drop on these screens, or whenever Paolo returns back to the lineup and they're picking guys to help off of with this Magic team, and Franz Wagner's a guy that they help off of. Those are things that they're going to have to be aware of. He's also attempting nearly 6 mid-range jumpers per 75 possessions. That is the highest of his career. He is at 37% on those jumpers, so they're not the most efficient things in the world, but it is something that he is adding to his bag in an effort to keep defenses honest. And that's going to open up his driving lanes a little bit more, because that really is what Franz Wagner is so good at offensively. It's getting downhill. It's getting to the rim. He has a disgusting Euro step that just generates so much space. He covers so much ground because, again, he's 6'10", and a lengthy athlete, but he's also a strong player who absorbs contact, who finishes through contact, and even sometimes seeks out that contact in an effort to generate space for himself around the basket. But you really start to appreciate Franz's skill set whenever you watch him in the pick and roll, right? It's something that this Magic team has gone to more and more often, especially in the absence of Paolo Banchero. But, there's good reason for that. Franz Wagner is a very good playmaker. At his size, this jumbo playmaking wing, that's an incredibly valuable asset to have on your team. He's somebody who can score going downhill. He has a floater. He can get to the rim, stuff I've already mentioned, on top of adding a little mid-range bag to his game. But his play in the pick and roll so far this season is very encouraging. Going to run a little two-man game here with Goga. You see Ryan Dunn has to pick up Franz Wagner as Grayson Allen's fighting over that screen. Plumlee's in a drop. That means Okogie and Monte Morris are in a 3-on-2 situation on the left side of the floor. And Franz Wagner just uses his eyes, right, to get Monte Morris flying to the corner to guard an Anthony Black 3, and that leaves Jonathan Isaac wide open for a cut. Nice play. But hey, here's a stat for you. Franz Wagner and Jason Tatum are the only two guys in the NBA to have more than 50 attempts as the pick and roll ball handler and 10 attempts as the pick and roll roll man so far this season. So he can do a little bit of both. Here he just gets a smaller Tyus Jones on his hip. That's a massacre. That's a murder. Snake dribble has also improved dramatically. You see that screen from Goga. Embiid's in a deep drop. Now he has Caleb Martin on his hip. Little up fake. Now he can go over that left shoulder to get to that hook shot that he loves so much in the paint. Caleb Martin's just way too small to contest that. Pacers going to ice this ball screen. Brother-on-brother ball screen. Mo Wagner for Franz Wagner. And just really bad defense by this Indiana Pacers team. Miles Turner's just in prison the entire time. Benedict Mathurin never recovers. Easy finish. And I just love the pace that Franz plays at here. A little slip screen from Tristan da Silva. Gets the Obi top and switch, and he's just going to attack that immediately. And look at that Euro step again, man. It creates so much space for him. You have no choice but to foul him. Anytime I see a play like this, I just have to remind you guys that he's 6'10", man. Having a jumbo playmaker like this is so valuable for your team. I mean, that's a basic read right there, but just the stuff that this opens up for your entire roster is huge. I mean, look at what the Celtics did this past year with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown as their 1-2 punch. Guys that size who create for others and themselves are championship pieces. I love this shot right here for Franz. You already know defenses are going to be so worried about you getting to the rim in finishing. Look at Taj Gibson starting in a game. This is 13 seconds into the game, and Taj Gibson. This is from 2024, folks. That's Taj Gibson, yes. But a nice little move right here. Overstep by Franz Wagner, Brandon Miller. Where the hell are you going? Get into that fadeaway. That's a nice looking shot. When you're a 6'10 athlete, you can attack taller 7-foot shot blockers like Alexander Sarr. Gets going downhill, and then once he gets Sarr on his hip, there's just nothing Sarr can do because he gets to that left hand, easy finish. Not quite sure what the fuck this defense is by the Wizards, but this Gary Harris screen basically takes 2 guys out of the play because Corey Kispert's just floating around doing nothing. There's that Euro step. Sarr comes in to help. Good, smart cut right here by Goga. Goga is a smart basketball player. I like him quite a bit, but Keyshawn George has to help in from the corner. Franz reads that. Kick out. Tristan da Silva. Boom! You can just sort of feel in real time when players get more and more comfortable with the ball in their hands in pick and roll scenarios and reading the help man, reading the tagger. The moment Bud Carrington commits to tagging, that ball's going to the corner. That's a wide open 3. This is a little horn set the Magic like to run a ton, and I absolutely love when Franz Wagner is involved in it. A guard's going to get the ball to one elbow, Goga Batadze. Franz Wagner's going to set a back screen for Jalen Suggs. And there's a couple different things that can happen here, right? If the defense decides that they're going to try and get over this screen, Franz can pop out for a 3, which he's been hitting at a higher clip like we talked about so far this season. Or if they switch like they did here, and Bub Carrington just can't quite get over this screen in time, Franz can easily seal him, get to the rim. Oh, Bilal, get off of me. And 1. Tough. It's kind of easy to see why the Magic have kind of dug their trenches here when it comes to not getting a traditional point guard and hoping a guy like Anthony Black can sort of play that role, or a guy like Jalen Suggs can even do it. Because you do have 2 basically point forward type players in Paolo Banchero, Franz Wagner, these jumbo playmakers who can sort of act as your offensive initiators. And Franz is good in that role, man. He generates attention from the defense. He gets downhill. He puts pressure on the defense, and he's very good at reading defenses, very good at reading help defense and figuring out the next read that he has to make. He's also a good connective playmaker as well. It's not just about getting assists. It's just about making the right read, the right pass that opens up things for your offense. On top of everything that we have already gone over for Franz Wagner, he is also a tremendous defensive player. I mean, that's something that we've always known, even during his shooting slumps. He is a great individual defender, a great team defender, and a lot of that has to do with his, again, incredible size at 6'10", but also his great athleticism at that height. I mean, he consistently grades out as one of the game's best defensive player. Right now, he's in the 97th percentile in defensive EPM. I'm not sure how I feel about this stat currently. I'm usually a pretty big believer in EPM because it just matches the eye test more than any other advanced analytic. But it currently has Joel Embiid as the 4th best player so far this season, which, I can't say I agree on that front, but it also has Franz Wagner as the 9th best player in the league so far this season. So, you know, maybe I'll hear him out a little bit. But the ascension of Franz Wagner might be upon us, folks. This might be the year. He's looking like a solidified all-star. Like if the all-star game were tomorrow, Franz Wagner is in that thing. No question about it. He's looking like he can make even an all-NBA push. I mean, that's something that feels like a possibility, but then you map out just how stacked the NBA is right now talent-wise. His back's up against the wall a little bit, but it's a testament to how good he's been that we're even discussing something like that. The Magic have been 15.5 points per 100 possessions better when he's on the court versus when he's off of it so far this season. Their offense nearly 9 points better. Their defense nearly 7 points better. So he's been a huge difference maker for this team. He's been one of the best players in the league so far this season. And damn it, he deserves your attention. And I hope you didn't sell your stock. I hope they didn't get to you. You better have kept it.